Please stop inviting me to church. You see, I know everything I need to know about you, your congregation, your church, just by your inviting me, and I want no part of it. You faked interest in my story, not to understand anything about me, but to suffocate my experience with the only way that you think people can be spiritual, which is by sitting obediently in the church pews. You've been indoctrinated to believe that that is the only way. And deep down inside, you feel as if those who choose another path are wrong or insulting you, or dare I say, persecuting you. But because you continue to persist and invite me, even after all these years, it's time that you hear some uncomfortable truths about the way we, the unchurched, see you. You who think you have found the secret sauce with your theology. You haven't. You just don't get it. You see, we believe that the framework upon which your religion is built is flawed. No matter how far you try to remove yourself from your denomination's history, or how many words you put in your bio that are synonymous with progressive, it doesn't change that at your core is religious patriarchy. And you know it's there. It's in that boiling anger of that one elder who's been there far too long and refuses to step down. And still, he wields too much power and often shouts down women and the historically marginalized. It's sitting right there in the pews as the whispers get louder of schisms that may happen as your church tries to inch closer to inclusivity. You see it as your church leaders struggle to try to attempt this without offending those with the graying hair, who deep down inside think that immigrants, women, and the LGBTQIA+ are taking over this country. And it's in the way that you look over us, those who have chosen to remain unchurched, and pretend that this deconstructing space is a church problem. And we see you huddling together to try to solve the problem without including us in the conversation and understanding why we left in the first place. Because deconstructing is just not about evangelical Christianity. It's about the system upon which church stands. And every time you tell us that your church is different, you remind us that we simply are a commodity to you. You see us as a way to make sure that your light bill will be paid instead of a human who has a story to tell. A human that is looking back at the church and saying, fix the systemic issue of religious patriarchy. Because until it is fixed, we would rather be out here alone. And yes, sometimes that can be lonely, but at least we have the contentment in knowing that we are not part of a system that has contributed so much pain and suffering in this world. And no, we are not saying that there aren't good people doing good things inside church, because there are many. But until you stop speaking over us, and until you stop inviting us, we will never believe that we made a mistake in leaving, and you have something better to offer us by returning. Please stop inviting us to church.